What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics and relationships so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Mother of five who falsely accused Good Samaritan of rape after he gave her a lift home when he found her drunk and crying in the street is jailed. As Rachel Jones, 38, was led away to the cells, a judge warned her actions could prompt men to think, no way am I stopping for a lone female, however distressed she looks. She had been returning home from a drunken night out with friends at midnight when she was ordered out of a taxi for arguing with the driver. Okay, so this one sentence right here is insane. There's so much in these few sentences I've already read that I've already came to a conclusion in my head about this individual. You're a mother of five, but you're hanging out with your friends so drunk you can't even control your behavior. 38 years old. Now, what do we say on this channel? Low quality women don't change. They can hide and pretend to be decent quality women, but they don't change. And a woman who is 50, 60 is no different than a woman who's in her 18s, 20s, 30s. There's no difference. The mindset rarely ever changes. Now, they could try to redeem themselves or try to turn a new leaf. And some people, people are deserving of a chance at redemption or they deserve a second chance. But a lot of these people, the way that they go about it is disingenuous, because the way that they try to go about it is, I'm going to force my redemption without working for it, without actually, you know, going through the paces to learn or anything or to become a better person, and I deserve this right now. Even though for the longest time I was doing nasty hoe shit, right now I demand a mulligan. And you should treat me like you treat everybody. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Again, mother of five, insane. Going to parties so drunk, having a girls' night out at 38. Not saying no woman who's, I'm not being ageist here. I'm not. I'm not being ageist here. But if you're a mother of five, you going out for a girls' night out doesn't even make sense to me. In what world does that make sense? So in my head, I'm formulating this woman is single. Has to be. Maybe just single, maybe trying to get her groove back. I don't know, but am I crazy for saying these things? Or am I just an asshole and I'm just a misogynist and I'm mean? One more time. Mother of five, girls' night out. So drunk you can't control your behavior. Got kicked out of a taxi, and then you gonna sit here and accuse a man of rape? Okay. She had been returning home from a drunken night out with friends at midnight when she was ordered out of a taxi for arguing with the driver. Innocent father-to-be Salim Ullah, who was driving past, was so concerned about her distressed demeanor that he stopped and offered her a ride home. But after he dropped Jones off and rebuffed her pleas to give him a hug, she falsely alleged she had been lured into a car and gang raped by Mr. Ullah and two Pakistani men in the lay-by. Listen, listen. I don't care what you may think of me. If you think I have any preset notions towards a group of people, good people are good people. Good people don't have skin colors. They don't come in any definitive shapes or sizes, right? Not everybody is a bad person. Not every Muslim is a bad person. Not any Pakistani is a bad person. They're not all trying to fucking rape you and all of these other things. It's actually kind of sad when you think about it, how people perceive things. Because this woman made this shit up. And I guarantee you she made this shit up because they're the ultimate chameleons when they want to manipulate and get their way. She made up the story that two Pakistani men and this man raped her because she was rejected. And that's fucking terrible. Because all that does is now make it harder for people, men, to believe these stories about these girls actually being groomed by these Muslim gangs or whatever like that over here, by actual criminals. Crazy. The 33-year-old was sequentially traced through his number plate and arrested. I'm sorry, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, so he's 33, she's 38. Okay. The 33-year-old was sequentially traced through his number plate and arrested at his Stoke-on-Trent home. He was held in a police cell for 30 hours. That's a whole day and some change, during which he had to submit to intrusive examinations and was the subject of malicious gossip in his neighborhood before detectives concluded no rape had taken place. See, this is the thing, dog. Apparently his neighbors, his own fucking neighbors, said he raped that girl. Inquiries revealed Mr. Ullah had the foresight to record his encounter on his mobile phone and provided the footage to police to help exonerate him. Yo, that man, so smart. In this day and age, I always say it, the internet is humanity's greatest invention and also its ultimate downfall with the way that we utilize it. I've done that shit so many times. I get into a situation where I know somebody's trying to do something dirty, do me grimy. I I, I used to have the LG tone headsets. I love those headsets, right? I even had one that was like a stereo on my neck, right? I could flip a switch and it would turn into a stereo and it would rest on my shoulders. I always had the record function for one of the buttons, right? So whenever I know some bullshit was happening, it actually helped me one time on one of my jobs. A woman tried to accuse me of some bullshit and she came at me crazy sideways and I just sat there and I recorded it. And then when I got taken to the office for some bullshit, I just put my the stereo down. He was like, "What are you doing? You can't have the we're talking about this." Flipped on the switch from personal to stereo mode. Let that shit play for 15 minutes. Put my headset back on, walked out. That lady gave me no more problems. This shit is crazy. And this is the thing. She did all of that because he didn't hug her. We act like as though, again, this idea that women are innocent because they're mothers, because they were born with a vagina, because they're supposed to be the softer side of the sexes is bullshit. And all that this woman has done is make it harder to be believed. Because whenever somebody says some shit like this, now they can just sit there and say, "You remember that girl who falsely accused that guy of rape?" And I guarantee you, she said all of this shit. She said all of this shit because she was offended that she was rejected. And if you guys haven't gone through that shit already, I know I have. You want to hear the story of that shit? Young, in school, a girl said, "Come over to my place. I don't live far away." She lived like 3-4 blocks away from the school. Went over to a place because I didn't want to go to school. My dumb ass, for some reason, thought, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, we'll probably, whatever, but it's not gonna leave." Strangely enough, believe it or not, black young man sitting there not thinking anything, not thinking about just his dick, not thinking with his dick. I thought I was just gonna go over there, whatever, like that, and get away from. In my head, I just thought I was gonna go away and just get away. I thought I was just gonna go there and get away from sex. That's what I thought. I mean, not sex, school, right? 'Cause sex is always on the mind. Soon as I got there, less than 30 minutes, she was trying to, you know, nudge me towards having sex with her while I'm sitting here watching TV and chilling, right? I'm sitting here chilling at this girl's house, right? I told her no a couple of times, subtly or whatever like that, and just, we just chilling. I forgot what it was, why I couldn't have sex that day. It was something that happened. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe I was sick slightly. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But I remember she goes into her room. I go to her because I'm like, hey, what's up? Because I clearly knew that she was upset about it or whatever like that. And I thought she was my friend. Throughout the entire time of me and her knowing each other, she was kind of outrageous, and loud or whatever like the other people, but she was always super sweet to me. I go to this girl's room. I'm like, hey, what's up? Well, whatever, whatever. This girl talking to me, she got she went into what's that yoga pose with when they arch the doggy style pose these girls get into, raising dog, what is it, what is it, resting dog pose or whatever the fuck like this girl, but I'm talking booty cheeks, just a straight moon in my face talking to me. And mind you, it was like, I don't know, maybe in her head she was like, maybe he just doesn't get it. Oh, I got it. And I rejected her one more time. Yo, she got so mad. I was like, you know what? I'ma just go. Right? I didn't I didn't really think that. I just thought she was just having, maybe it was what it was. Lo and behold, because I told this woman no, right? And mind you, I got home and I'm telling you right now, I was going through a goddamn rage because I was like, man, the next time I see this girl, me and her gonna get it on. But she hated everything about me, right? That sweet girl who was always nice to me. I went to school. Anytime I was in her presence, she had something mean to say. She got real mad about around people. I say something, and here she is huffing and puffing in the back of a classroom. She hated me. So I can only imagine a girl who's has still trying to chase her glory years or whatever the fuck it is. 5 kids. You would have thought you would have stopped that shit after the first one. Still trying to chase her glory years, gets rejected, calls rape. And yes, I was also accused of rape as a young man as well by a girl. Not even a girl, but a girl's girlfriend, because I was no longer showing her friend attention. So she just decided to just falsely accuse me of rape. Just crazy shit. Okay. In a statement, he said, "My wife was 6 months pregnant at the time, and this allegation has brought a lot of stress on us. I would have been fully there for my wife. However, we were worried about what would happen if I end at the end of the case. I was worried that I might not be there for the birth of the baby, and I just feel lucky I recorded the incident." Saying his ordeal had left him feeling violated, Mr. Ullah added, "I believe I was targeted due to my ethnicity." There it is. At Chester Crown Court, Jones of Hussall Green, Cheshire, admitted perverting the court. I'm sorry. At Chester Crown Court, Jones of Hussall Green, Cheshire, admitted perverting the course of justice. Judge Stephen Everett told her Mr. Ullah behaved in an exemplary fashion and did what many people would not have done and went to your aid. Sadly, the reason why many other people would not have gone to the aid of a lone woman distressed in the middle of the road without shoes is due to what happened to him as a result of his act of charity. There will be many people who will say, "I am not doing that just in case a serious allegation is made," and they believe women from default. Your behavior has consequences for people genuinely in need, and you are doing a disservice to those victims who have been genuinely attacked, assaulted, and sexually assaulted and are left on the side of the road and are maybe left there because people who drive by saying, "I am not taking the risk." Saying it was fortunate that Mr. Ullah had the foresight to record the conversation in the car, the judge said it does not bear thinking about the consequences had he had not done so. So let's think about what would have happened had he had not done so. His wife probably had left him thinking he was a fucking rapist, right? You already know that if that's a good woman, she's not gonna be with a fucking rapist, right? She's not gonna be with a fucking rape. I mean, I would hope she's not going to want to be with a fucking rapist, but then again, you be surprised, right? I mean, he's not going to be working, right? You can't. I mean, I don't think that he would be. I don't. I would think. I don't know how bad. This sounds like this happened in London or England, so I would hope that he wouldn't be able to drive a car if he was convicted of fucking rape, right? But who knows? But I would think that he would lose a lot of money. I would also think that he would be going to jail for a couple of. I don't even know how jail works when it comes down to rape anymore, because every time I turn around, I find cases where there's something bad happens and it's not the worst of the world. and you're looking at somebody going to jail for like 5 years, and then I'll see somebody murder somebody, and they'll go to jail for like 10 years, and I'm like, that's okay. And then somebody doesn't murder somebody and goes to jail for like 20 years. The story I just covered with the teacher who was getting it on with a woman who graduated already 18, no longer in the school. They trying to give this man 20 years. I don't understand criminal sentencing, and it's all different all over the world, so it doesn't make sense. I have no doubt he would have been prosecuted for rape, and you would have carried on your merry way, he added. The incident occurred in April 18th, 2022, after Jones got drunk during a night out with friends following an argument with her partner. I'm sorry. So she was with her hold on. Okay, so let me get this straight. So she was with her partner. So she does have a man or had a man. And probably not the father, right? She was going home alone and trying to get a hug from another man. Yo, this whole thing just sounds fucking crazy. Tommy McLaughlin prosecuting says she became argumentative during the taxi ride home and was dropped off at the roadside. And then you would sit there and go, that why would she do that? All these videos we have of these drunk fucking women who they're just being obnoxious in the back of taxi cabs. Yeah, okay. But after being but after being brought home, Jones told police she had been raped by three Pakistani men who threatened to kill her if she did not do what she was told. She gave descriptions and said the incident lasted for 45 minutes. Man, this is a lot. But I mean, I think we got the fucking I think we got the point. Jones was later interviewed about the incident and admitted to making it up, blaming her lies on being drunk. I'm just a girl. She told officers, I got myself in such a stupid state. I said things I should never had said. I am a silly woman. I'm just a girl. I am disgusting. I am sorry. I am so sorry. Man, this shit is terrible. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.